The Skin I'm In by Sharon Flake. Chapter 24. Miss Saunders doesn't know what she did pissing off Charlize and Juju. Now, all Char does is talk about getting back at Miss Saunders. She ain't joking neither. Last year when the gym teacher flunked her, Char ripped a hole in the top of her convertible. Hot glued another teacher's gradebook together when he told her sister she was missing too much class. Me and Shar and the twins are hanging out behind the school when Shar says Miss Saunders is going to get it the worst, that we're going to meet tomorrow at school at the crack of dawn and start messing up Miss Saunders. I'm watching the sky. Lightning is flashing across it like God is trying out his electricity. All the clouds are black, like rain's going to pour any minute. I'm scared of storms. Shar ain't. She loves watching rain beat on people and lightning chase people inside. "We're going to jack Miss Saunders up," she says, putting another coat of blueberry grape polish on her nails. I hate that ugly woman. Hate her. I think about telling Shar about the conversation I heard between Miss Saunders and Ty in the auditorium, but I don't. I ain't no squealer. Never was, never will be. "Give me 5," Raina says, walking over to Shar, ignoring me. "What's shaking?" Shar tells Raina how she's going to get even with Miss Saunders. "It's payback time," Shar says, laughing out loud. I ignore them and keep watching the sky. "You know that big globe Miss Saunders got in her room? The one she says cost all that money? Well, that's going to be the first to go," Shar says. "Gonna carve that sucker in two like a Thanksgiving turkey." Raina and Ray slap each other 5 and talk about spray painting the walls. "You gonna do all that just because you got in-house detention?" I ask. Shar and the twins turn away from me. I swallow hard. "You been on detention before, Shar. Why are you getting all crazy now?" I ask. Shar keeps polishing her nails. "Ain't nobody ugly as Miss Saunders gonna be embarrassing me every time I turn around. Then go ragging on me to my sister Juju. I can't just let that go. Just wait. Tomorrow morning's just the beginning." "I can't get in no more trouble with Miss Saunders," I whisper. "Shut up, Malika," Ray says. "Shar knows what she's doing." "I sure do," Shar says, throwing her nail polish at my head. The bottle misses me, but breaks open on the steps. "I can't get in no more trouble. That's all I know," I whisper. If things ain't bad enough already, here comes John McIntyre and his crew. "The sky's gonna be as black as you in a minute, Malika," he says, looking up at the clouds. His friends think he's funny. They laugh and give a few high fives. Then they start singing, "Malika, Malika, we sure wanna keep her." "Shut up," Shar yells. John McIntyre, I will kick your butt," she says, going in after John. "Jack up Shar," one of his friends says. "Who she think she is coming at you that way?" John don't say nothing. He just looks at Shar with a stupid smirk on his face. "See you later, Midnight," he says to me. I can feel myself getting mad, my fists balling up at my sides. Then I remember a poem about midnight that I'd seen in one of those poetry books at the library. The words of the poem come tumbling in my head and I start to smile. Midnight. At midnight, if you have eyes to see, there's beauty and there's majesty. Sweet brown babies tucked in tight, shooting stars bursting through the night. Strong, sturdy trees reaching for the sky, dancing and swaying to the moon's lullaby. Quiet waters, silent nights, angels soaring toward the light. At midnight, if you have eyes to see, there's beauty and there's majesty. Shy don't understand what's going on with me. She looks at me and calls me stupid the way I'm smiling to myself. Then she tells John to shut his big, stupid mouth. He winks and keeps moving, but he's still looking back at me, like he can't figure out what's got a hold of me. Shara's saying something about how she's always got to look out for me, but I ain't listening really. I'm saying that poem over my head again and again. Next thing I know, here comes Caleb. When Shara sees him, she starts talking real proper, all up in his face, telling him how she likes his braids, asking the name of that cologne he's wearing. "Hey, Malika," he calls to me, ignoring Shar. Caleb sure looks good, and he smells even better. He's got on a lime green African dashiki with tiny gold swirls stitched into it. He and me just stand there, smiling at each other. Shar pushes herself between us. You can thank me for how good Malika looks, she says, snuggling up to Caleb. I bought them clothes for her. Gotta keep my girl looking good, she says, licking her lips. Caleb tries to peel Shar's fingers off his arms. It ain't easy. She's holding on tight. I've been thinking some more about what we talked about in detention, Caleb says to me, finally getting Shar off him and moving closer to where I am. I've been thinking about changing things around here, making things better, he says. What you mean, like scrubbing floors, I ask, wrinkling my nose. Some of us are getting together tomorrow to talk about ways to improve McClinton. You should come, Malika, he says, pulling Shar's hand off him again. Malika's busy, Shar snaps. Yeah, I say, busy. Come after you're done then, Caleb says. Shar busts out laughing. Sure. Malika will come after she's done. Me too. I'm coming too. We're all gonna help save the school, right, Malika? She says, shoving me so hard I almost fall down. I'm half listening. I'm trying to figure a way out of this mess. Ever since Shar came up with this plan of ruining Miss Saunders, I've been praying for God to give me a strong spirit like Akilma's and Kinjari's. Listen up, Malika, Caleb says, grabbing hold of my arm and whispering in my ear. Your girl Shar is whacked. You better stay clear of her before she ends up taking you down with her. Shar and me are friends, I say quietly. Yeah, right, Caleb says, shaking his head. Shar is the kind of friend that will get you locked up or shot up, he says, walking away. When Caleb is all the way down the street, I can still smell his cologne. I can still hear him warning me to stay clear of Shar. He don't know what he's saying, though. You can't just stop being Shar's friend. She don't go for nothing like that. Malika, get over here, Shar screaming at the top of her lungs like I'm far away. My heart starts beating fast and wild. I know Shar's plan ain't gonna mean nothing but trouble for me. But I gotta go along anyhow. Nobody ever turns their back on Shar, not unless they're tired of living or something stupid like that.